Hillary's live interview immediately shut down. Suffering mortifying episode. She can't recover from this has to qualify as being the feel-good story of the month. You would think liberal fake news agencies would know better by now. But the far left-wing propaganda machine known as PBS had a live feed on Facebook with crooked Hillary Clinton for the 2017 Democratic Woman of the Year award. But it seems to have not gone quite as planned. As you see below, things got quite out of hand. CBS had a live feed on Facebook for Hillary's Democratic Woman of the Year award, but things didn't go as planned. PBS finally had to shut down the live feed from Facebook, moving it over to YouTube, where they were forced to disable the comments due to the brutalizing comments people were making towards Hillary. Here's a few of the good comments. The comments were so overwhelmingly negative against PBS and crooked Hillary that PBS had to actually announce they were shutting down the live feed on Facebook and moving it over to YouTube, where they had the option to conveniently disable the comments section of the feed. Although it is possible to disable the comments section in a YouTube video, it still shows the thumbs up and down votes. Needless to say, the down votes were off the charts. The American Conservative reports, why Hillary Clinton is so disliked. David Brooks wonders why Hillary Clinton is so unpopular. There are two paradoxes to her unpopularity. First, she was popular not long ago. As Secretary of State, she had a 66% approval rating. Even as recently as March 2015, her approval rating was at 50 and her disapproval rating was at 39. It's only since she launched a multi-million-dollar campaign to impress the American people that she has made herself so strongly disliked. This isn't a paradox at all, since this is what was bound to happen once she became a candidate again. For whatever reason, current and former Secretaries of State usually enjoy high favorability ratings. It seems that these people are viewed as being above politics, or at least they are not judged as harshly when they are serving in a cabinet position. When Clinton moved back into electoral politics and started pursuing her own ambitions, she started to be judged more severely by Republicans and Democrats alike. Everyone has been reminded of the things that they don't like about her over the last year and a half. The presidential campaign has made voters remember her coziness with Wall Street and her foreign policy hawkishness, neither of which endears her to the left. She is still in the midst of a nomination fight against a generally well-liked opponent who has been hitting her on this record, and many of his supporters have come to view her unfavorably over the course of the campaign. Many of them will likely come around to voting for her, but for the moment they view her negatively. Almost all conservatives dislike her out of a combination of ideology and habit. Bear in mind that she has been a figure of consistent loathing on the right for almost a quarter century, and she has been a fixture in Washington for almost all of that time. There is an entire generation of Republicans that have been told since they were kids that she is horrible, and she has not done much to disabuse them of that idea. For a lot of the rest, she is an embodiment of the political class at its worst, calculating and cynical. Brooks supposes that Clinton is not liked because she is perceived to be consumed by her public career. That may be part of it, but I suspect the bigger problem for her as a political figure is that she has been on the national stage so long that most of us are just sick of seeing and hearing her. Familiarity breeds contempt, and Americans are very familiar with Clinton. As Brooks points out, she has been in public service for decades. But then most Americans nowadays don't consider that to be admirable or praiseworthy. When they consider what Clinton has achieved during that time, they are probably even less impressed. Once the Democratic nomination fight ends and their party unifies, her favorability numbers are likely to improve as Sanders supporters begin to appreciate the things they do like about her, but those numbers aren't going to improve that much. Clinton is simply too well known to us, and our opinions of her are too well formed to be changed now. This is classic. The mainstream media just can't seem to get a hold of itself. It's more than obvious that the American people are just sick and tired of seeing and having to listen to this woman's voice. She lost the election, It's time for her to just go away, and the left-wing media needs to stop trying to push her on us. The more the American people get to know her, the more they disliked her. She is a crook who should be in prison, and it's about time someone puts her there. If she doesn't go to prison, then it's obvious the American justice system is a farce which only works when you're poor and not well connected. It's about time our nation's leaders prove to us, the American people, that the American justice system is real, and it works no matter how rich or powerful you are. Lock her up. Please share if you agree crooked Hillary Clinton needs to go to prison.